Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to Championship Predictions. It's a midweek special because there's a few games to be caught up on. Not every team's in action, but if your team is, get your predictions down below, hit that like button and subscribe. I'm joined by Sophie, who just got the better of me.
Again.
Yeah, but the Championship Predictions are tight overall.
It's very, very tight, so I'm not going to get too cocky with this.
And Cov won.
Exactly, so I'm very, very happy about that. I was not expecting that, but we do play better against better teams, to be honest, so...
Agreed. This video is brought to you by BetMate. If you haven't already checked out BetMate, what are you doing? The link is down in the description. They are helping us out on this channel, so do get involved. They always do a free pot which is worth getting involved with, and like I say, championship pot, so use them up before the World Cup comes. Let's get into these predictions, Sophie. Let's start with Birmingham City versus Swansea City. Birmingham got a win at Stoke. You backed them?
Yeah, I actually did back them to win because they're a weird team. They play well. Coming up against Stoke, I did think that they would get the win. It was quite tight though, I think it was 2-1, no?
Yes, it was. Swansea, meanwhile, drew 2-2 with Wigan.
But they came back.
They did.
So.
I think, obviously, though, looking at those results, Birmingham's result is more impressive because they won away from home. Swansea, we've said, nice football, and I think this could be a game where it's 80% possession versus 20% because of the styles of play. But I think Birmingham might come out 1-0 winners.
Okay, I'm actually going to back a draw here. I think it's going to be another entertaining 2-2 for Swansea.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Entertaining game.
Entertaining 2-2.
Let's move up to Bloomfield Road. Blackpool up against Middlesbrough. Both didn't really get the results they were after. Blackpool lost to Luton. The one time we don't back Luton and we go and win.
We're just terrible at them.
And Middlesbrough, they managed to draw against Bristol City. So both could do with a win here. Like I say, with the games running out up until the World Cup, everyone wants to be as high as they can going into it. I think this could be an entertaining game. Middlesbrough still trying to find their feet. Blackpool look decent on their day. I think it could be a 2-2 draw.
Oh, okay. See, this is hard. I don't think Blackpool have won since they beat us, which is strange because I thought they put in a really good performance. Middlesbrough, I thought they should have won. They did come back to get the point there. However, I'm actually going to back them to get an away win against Blackpool, but I think it's going to be tight. So I'll just say 1-0. 1-0.
Okay, next up we go down to South Wales as Cardiff City take on Hull City. Both got respectable results on the road at the weekend. Like I say, Cardiff picked up a 1-0 win at Sunderland. Hull City ground out a 0-0 at Millwall with 10 men as well. So both got clean sheets coming into this. And I think that could be something they both want to build on. I think Cardiff now want to go for another win, obviously. They're the home team. But I think after showing good defensive displays, this one could be a 0-0 draw.
Okay. No, I'm actually going to back Cardiff to get the win. But I agree. I think it's going to be defence versus defence here and who can actually penetrate the other. And I think it's going to be Cardiff for me. But only 1-0.
1-0. Okay, next up we're back at the CBS. Coventry City are looking very good. Wigan Athletic are next up and they got a draw at Swansea.
Yeah, they threw away a 2-0 lead.
Just about to say, they took the lead 2-0 and then threw it away. So this is an interesting one. The weird thing with Coventry is Watford away was a very tricky game and we went and won there and looked so professional doing it as well. You know, the goal was well taken and we defended really well, some good saves, and obviously the fullbacks filling in, Burrows and Eccles, was fantastic. And now we've got this game at home and I don't like it because we will be made favourites. We're in good form. But you know what? I feel like we will win. I feel like Wigan will give us a game. They showed good signs against Swansea. But I'll just edge Coventry based on how good we've been recently, but I don't think it'll be easy. I'll say 2-1 Sky Blues.
Okay, yeah, I'm hoping we get a clean sheet again. I think we do play better against better teams. Not taking anything away from Wigan, but they're not, in my eyes, a better team in the Championship. So I really don't know. This could end either way, but I'm going to back us to win. We're in good form. I'll say another 1-0 to the Sky Blues. 1-0.
Okay. Speaking of 1-0s, the two sides next up, Queen's Park Rangers and Huddersfield, both lost 1-0 at the weekend. QPR losing at home to West Brom. Huddersfield losing away to Blackburn. So both want to bounce back here, and despite QPR losing, I still see them as big favourites here because Huddersfield are just really struggling. And yes, they picked up a win against Millwall, but since then 2 defeats, and this is a very tricky one on the road. If Huddersfield gets an away win here, you know, they need an away win, it'll be a statement, but I just can't back them at the moment. I'll say 2-0 QPR.
No, I know what you mean. I think it's just a bit of a ridiculous prediction to back Huddersfield. That's how poor they are at the moment. I think it'd be a good result to get a point there. QPR, I think they've had a bit of a dip in form, but they should be looking at this one as a win already. Yeah, for me, I'm going to say 3-0. I think there's going to be a few goals in this.
Okay, 3-0. Right, next up we'll go to Bramall Lane. Sheffield United versus Rotherham. Sheffield United.
Bloody hell.
Wow.
Yeah, where did that come from?
They are back. That is a good run of results now. And that is the win that really is a standout one as well. Beating Burnley 5-2. Meanwhile, Rotherham continue to give the top teams good games, but just keep falling short. They played Norwich, gave them a good game, just lost 2-1. It seems to be a recurring theme. So wouldn't be surprised if they came and gave Sheffield United a game and just fall short as well. So despite that, I think Sheffield United might win convincingly, though. I think their confidence will be up after smashing Burnley.
It's got to be.
Sorry, Rotherham. 3-0 Blades.
Oh, I'm going to say 3-1. I do think Rotherham might score. I mean, Burnley got a couple against them, but they looked very, very good going forwards. And they're coming up against not as strong a team as Burnley. So, coming up against Rotherham, I think they are going to get the win. And I agree fairly convincingly, 3-1.
Okay, next up we go to Stoke versus Luton. Luton, good win at Blackpool. They now need to follow it up. This is the thing we've said with Luton. Can they follow these results up? I think they can. I think Stoke City are a very inconsistent team. Yes. They beat Wigan and then they lost to Blues. So blowing hot and cold. So could win this, but I feel more confident back in Luton. 1-0.
Yeah, no, I'm going to say the same. I think Luton 1-0. So they'll probably lose now because every time we back them, they lose. But Stoke just aren't playing well at all, and I don't think they're going to go down. I think they've got enough quality to stay up, but the form they're in right now is relegation form. Yeah. So yeah, 1-0 Luton for me. 1-0
Luton. The last game at Vicarage Road, it's Watford versus Reading, both sides losing at the weekend. Reading did give Preston a game but fell short 2-1. Watford we obviously saw against Coventry. Watford have been in some fantastic form before they played Coventry, but what can you expect? It's Coventry City.
It's a Sky Blues.
I do think Watford will go back to winning ways in all seriousness. I think they looked a little bit tired, lethargic, and just not at their clinical best. Obviously, they've got the players, and they maybe could have got a goal against Coventry. They did miss one or two decent chances. Yeah. I think they'll beat Reading 2-1.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 2-1 as well, to be honest. I think Watford, they should get the win here. Reading, as you say, they put up against a good performance, well, a semi-good performance against Preston, but they did lose out. So coming up against Watford, it's very, very tough competition. So I don't think they're going to get anything from this. So 2-1 Watford. 2-1
Watford. That wraps up our Championship predictions, guys. Make sure to tune in tomorrow when we do Carabao Cup predictions, and there'll be an FA Cup draw live stream. Thank you for joining me, Sophie.
Thank you.
And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.